Hey, welcome back to Health with Hashimoto's. We are still doing our GLP-1 series. This is episode 3 of the series. So in episode 1, I talked about the GLP-1 agonists, so the medications, the mimics. We talked about side effects, we talked about benefits, we talked about what GLP-1 is, and then balancing the benefits versus risks. In episode 2 of the series, we talked about natural ways to increase your own GLP-1 production because, of course, GLP-1 is a hormone that your body naturally makes. And this week, I have my first ever interview on this podcast. I am interviewing Jenny Crane. You're going to hear us talk about a trial that she was involved in about a natural GLP-1 activation system. I am so excited about this system because it's helping people's bodies work better. And I am all about that. I want your body to work better. I want you to work better as a whole: body, mind, spirit, diet, environment. Everything impacts everything else. And so when you get the gut working better and when you get the hormones more balanced, when you get the blood sugar balanced, it's going to impact so much, especially when you think about the gut-brain axis and the immune system in the gut. There's so much. And so join me in this interview as Jenny and I talk about this system. In the next episode, I am going to do one more episode on this series, and we will talk specifically about this system that she was a trial participant in and, what are the ingredients, how to use it. But if you want to get in right now, if you're listening right as this comes out on Thursday morning, you will not be able to order until tomorrow. It releases on Friday, October 11th. And I am so excited for you to get your hands on this and try it and figure out what your body feels like when your body is making the GLP-1 just like God intended it to. I'm so excited. All right, so before I hit play on our interview, let me tell you a little bit about Jenny's story. Jenny is married to Nick, who is a private chef, and they live in Huntington Beach, California, with their 2 boys. And Jenny was a college dropout. She wanted to become an entrepreneur, and she really did good at that. She was in the mortgage industry for 9 years, and then the housing crash in 2009 happened, and they lost everything. She said they lost their home, cars, everything was dependent on the housing market. And it was at that time that she pivoted to health and wellness and joined the company LifeVantage, which is a network marketing company. You know it because I talk about the activators. And if you know me, I am so anti-hype and anti-media. I am so pro-science. I looked at so many different products and companies before I chose something to put my name behind. And I chose LifeVantage because of the incredible science, because of all of the peer-reviewed research from so many different research places, hospitals, colleges, so many different things. And Jenny also found LifeVantage. So at LifeVantage, she was able to build a team. And within 3 years, she was able to match her full-time income. She's had ups and downs in the business. She said that about 6 years ago, she was about ready to quit because she was just frustrated. And then her husband and her mentors encouraged her. She found some success on social media. And she said, sometimes your greatest breakthroughs happen after the struggle. Isn't that so true for this podcast for Hashimoto's? Your breakthroughs happen after the struggle. We're struggling with our health. And then we finally figure out, oh my goodness, this is an autoimmune problem. My doctor is telling me to take this medication just to put a Band-Aid on my symptoms. But the breakthrough is when you discover that your immune system is attacking yourself and that there are things you can do. And that is why you are listening. Okay, let me go back to her bio. Jenny says that her goal is to not only help her team succeed and help the company grow, but to inspire people who are frustrated with where they are today. So that brings me to this interview. Listen in while we talk about the new GLP-1 system and activating your body to do what God designed your body to do. And once again, down in the show notes, you will find a link so that you can order the system. It releases on Friday, October 11th, and the link is down below. So even if you click now on Thursday, you'll get the link and you can sign up to be notified as soon as it goes live. All right. Thank you so much for being here, Jenny. I really appreciate it. So, Jenny, for my listeners, you were part of a natural GLP-1 activator trial group. So, LifeVantage, the company that I talk about with the activators, the Protandim NRF2 and NRF1, they are launching this system that's going to help your body produce more GLP-1, and you got to be a part of the trial. Can you tell us a little bit about the trial, what you experienced personally, and then, there was the group of 55, so maybe the group's experience.
Absolutely. Well, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you. I know that the product's launching tomorrow, so I'm sure your listeners are like ready for it. But I'm so thankful I got to be a part of we call it the Club 55. So we got early access to the GLP-1 activator. And I just want to start off by saying, like, I'll get into like my results, but what I was so impressed by, and we know this, like LifeVantage does everything next level. They put this, we have research and science backing our products. So this was really something that a lot of thought and effort went into. We know that like GLP-1's the big buzzword. You see it on social media, probably get ads on your Instagram feed. But this is really something that they've put a lot of care, effort, and energy into. It's a product that they've spent about 2 years developing. So this is not just a white label product. So from being able to be, they actually sent us over to a retreat to be in Utah and just hear, our chief marketing officer, and our chief science officer, like talk about just what went behind developing this product, this GLP-1. This is going to be something that I believe we know that there's going to be patents pending, science and research. This is, like I said, not a white label product. So LifeVantage didn't go out and go to a manufacturing company, and slap their label on top of the product. This is something that they've developed personally with their research and science board behind it. So when I really found what was in the product, the care and like the concern and just everything that went into developing it, I knew before I even got started on this product that it was going to be phenomenal. So just wanted to kind of start off with that. But I've been on the products a little over a month now. And I've been fortunate to have been activated now for 13 years, almost going on my 13th year. So I know you've talked a lot about like NRF1 and NRF2 and NRF1. I had radical results with those anytime you address that cellular health. But so every time I've added a new product that LifeVantage has launched, I just get those next level results. And so I really noticed a lot of just my energy, which I don't really have issues with my energy, but I've noticed an increase of energy. My mental clarity has kind of gone to that next level. I've lost 7 pounds, and I did this on purpose. This is not an excuse to not be healthy and make all those bad decisions. However, I kind of wanted to go into this and get on the products and do the same things that I do daily in my daily routine. So I didn't want to change anything in that regard. And so I've been able to lose within 2 to 3 weeks 7 pounds.
Wow.
And what I've noticed about that is just kind of that heavy, fluffy weight that just makes you kind of feel different. So when
Yeah.
it came off, it was like I radically noticed a difference with that. And so that's just kind of a little bit of a teaser. I don't know if I left anything out, if you want to ask more questions, but that's kind of a little bit of a
Yeah. That's awesome. And I heard somebody mention it as like the muffin top melter. I like that.
yeah. Oh, I think that's genius. Like it's the perfect way to say it.
Yeah.
Especially as, perimenopausal women. I mean, I just turned 43. So, and I tried everything. Like I'm a pretty healthy person. My husband's a chef, so we eat pretty healthy. We cut out the toxins. I try to stay away from as much gluten as possible. But, I just noticed once I hit the age 41, like things changed radically.
Yeah.
I tried my best, so that's been
Yeah.
phenomenal for that. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's something I hear from the people who listen to the podcast. Like they're trying everything. Like they're trying to eat right, they're trying to exercise right, and they're just their weight's not coming off. They feel like they have no hope. They're looking for another solution that will work. And some of them have looked at the GLP-1 Sorry, guys. If you're watching the video, this is my cat that annoys me on the podcast. Um, like some of them have tried the shots or are looking at them, and I love that there's this safe alternative, working with your body. So, along on the lines of safe, did anybody have any side effects?
No, so we've been hearing out of the test group, LifeVantage actually did a broader test study, which they're going to be coming out with. And these are people that, aren't just participating in the company. These are people just across the greater Salt Lake City area. And what we're hearing, the result coming out of this test group is, with the shots and all of that, there's a lot of the side effects. There hasn't been any negative side effects, drug interactions, is kind of what they say, but it's not a drug. So we'll just preface that
Right.
it's natural. But yeah, there hasn't been really any issues with, sometimes with the shots, I know it's like creates kind of a gastroparesis kind of side effect. It slows down the digestion. None of that. And it's really what's phenomenal about the results that are coming out of this test group is that it's keeping lean muscle. So it's actually burning the fat, but it's keeping that lean muscle, which, as we age, our body needs to have that muscle. That's what helps our bones, our ligaments, our joints, all of that. So there hasn't really been any side effects with that either. So it's pretty phenomenal.
Awesome.
It's exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. My episode 2 episodes ago, we talked about the risks of the shots and it's like guaranteed muscle loss for the shots. It's so sad because we work so hard. And like you said, perimenopause, like it's our full-time job to eat protein sometimes.
Yeah.
So I love hearing that people are not losing the muscle. That's
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
absolutely.
So you did mention like with the shot, sometimes people have that gastric paresis where their gut just, doesn't work right. Or some people have diarrhea and it'll just run right through. What was the gut health like? What did you notice? Like
Oh my
beyond
gosh.
weight loss, what internally,
Yeah,
what you
that actually is one of the biggest, things that's coming out of this test group as well, knowing that like they're in the middle of getting the patents and the science all dialed in. But the benefits of gut health, we know that the GLP-1 hormone is produced in the gut. So that aspect alone, we don't want to claim to cure, treat, prevent, or mitigate disease, but it's definitely showing that support of the gut, like increasing the immune system, helping to, I don't want to say heal the gut, but I guess we can say that without making claims. But just radical results with the gut. And I've noticed a difference as well with my digestion. It's been phenomenal with that from that aspect as well, for sure.
That's awesome. I'm so excited because I talk about the gut being one of the root causes of autoimmune problems. I talk about that all the time. So people having a healthier gut, it impacts everything. Like,
Absolutely.
your immune system. And then the gut brain. What did you notice in the brain from a healthier gut?
Oh, well, like the clarity is just next level. Clarity is just next level. I've always also struggled with like a candida issue. I've learned how to regulate it. I've done candida cleanses, but sometimes it just creeps up, here and there. And I've noticed since I've consistently been on this GLP-1, I haven't had one little creeper come up. You know what I mean? Like it hasn't creeped up on me. I've totally noticed a difference. And I think that's a lot of how my mental clarity is improved, is keeping that at bay. I definitely noticed that this is keeping that process at bay. Even if I cheat and have a glass of wine, my husband's a chef, I'll have a glass of wine here and there. Things like that. I'm pretty good at sugar, regulating my sugar intake, but just notice next level mental clarity, focus. Again, like candida issue, just keeping that at bay, even on that next level. So it's pretty awesome.
That is very good. So, if somebody's thinking about like trying this, what are some words of wisdom? Like, how long would they try it? What would they need to expect as far as results? And then there's one other thing I was going to ask. Oh, like blood sugar, weight loss, brain clarity. We've talked about all of those. So, yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
cortisol, hormones. We
Yeah.
can't, we don't want to, again, make claims, but like
Right. No.
regulating cortisol levels, and in regards to diabetics as well, and without making disease claims or whatever, just really great results with cortisol levels, blood sugar, And then hormones, we know that the toxic load contributes to the hormone issues. We have hormone dysregulation across the board in so many people. I really see this as being a long-term benefit. And that was going to kind of lead me into how long people should be on this and expecting that result. I would say if you're going to be starting on the GLP-1 activation line, go into it minimum 3 months. Like I tell people that, like, you want to get the best results. So minimum 3 months, give yourself that commitment, because your results are going to be improving month after month. And then I think personally, just from the science and the research that I've seen or hearing coming out of this test group, this would be a long-term benefit, not only for gut health, but to get to that manageable weight, right? Your ideal weight, doing all the other things that you're supposed to be doing, like working out and taking care of yourself, of course. Don't just lean on this to be like, I'm going to eat like whatever I want. And then, but really understanding that the gut health aspects, the immune aspects, will be long-term. So personally, I'm planning on staying this probably indefinitely for a while and just seeing the results with that. So yeah.
That is good to know. And I know that it addresses, like, the system addresses so many of the root causes of Hashimoto's. We've got the gut health, blood sugar can be a trigger. And like you said, stress, the cortisol that's involved. There's obviously the immune issues of the gut. There's so many things. I'm so excited to see how this is going to impact people's lives. I'm so excited for them to try it and have the hope of something that's going to work and then to watch it work. I feel like so many times the Hashimoto's community has hope and they try another product and then they're just out money and time and they're out hope, which is devastating. So I'm super excited about this product.
Well, and that's the power of activation. You're not having to put the guesswork in. When you really understand cellular health, the role, and this, you teach a lot of this, Esther, as well, is just like the role that the toxic load plays, the body's ability to detox. So when you really understand our foundational line, our Protandim line, combined with this GLP-1 activator, I think it's just going to kind of get those results to that next level, especially for people struggling with autoimmune issues, being able to just add this thing and being able to trust in the science that we have backing these products. Most supplements do not have the science that we have. We have our studies on PubMed.gov. The studies and the patents that we're going to be able to create from this GLP-1 product is really phenomenal. I'm in contact with the chief science officer. So she's kind of filling us in as to how impactful this is going to be and the hope that it's going to offer to people that struggle with their weight. We know that obesity is an epidemic here in the US, and a lot of that has to do with our toxic environment. So I think from just the aspect of being able to combine the NRF2 and the NRF1 activator with this is going to just give them that next level result for sure.
Oh, that's so awesome. I am so excited. So if you guys are listening right now, as this podcast releases, the GLP-1 comes out tomorrow, Friday, October 11th. If you're listening to this in the future, it is already out. Check the show notes for a link and you can get started right away. Jenny, thank you so very much for sharing your experience and giving hope to my audience. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. You're amazing. And I value so much what you do for the health community. They're blessed to be listening to your podcast. So
thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for listening in to this interview, my conversation with Jenny about the new GLP-1 system. Isn't it amazing? Doesn't it give you so much hope? It just fills you with this desire to have your body work the way your body is supposed to work again. That is my dream for you. I want your body to work how your body was designed to work. And I know that this is going to be so helpful for so many people. I hope that you can try it out. So again, go down to the link in the show notes and you will find a link to purchase. I'd love to know what other questions you have. Like I said, we have one more episode in this GLP-1 series, and I do want to cover some frequently asked questions. So you can head over to the community. I am working on shifting to a more user-friendly community. I understand that the platform we're on right now, while I was super excited about it, you have your own app that says Health with Hashimoto's. The community is right there. It's just not super user-friendly. So there will be some changes coming with that app. Watch this or listen to the podcast for future episodes when I am announcing that. It's just in the early works right now. But you can still come over to the community and give feedback on this product, on what you heard, what you're interested in, or you can always come over to Instagram and find me, Health with Hashimoto's. There's a dot in between each word, health.with.hashimoto's, and you can find me over there and send me a message. I am looking forward to helping you out, and I will see you next week on the Health with Hashimoto's podcast. This podcast is for informational and educational purposes only. Please discuss any concerns and plans with your trusted healthcare professional. If you found this episode helpful, will you please share it with a friend? I'll see you next week on the Health with Hashimoto's podcast.